Hey guys, Solar here, back again with another review. Today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Merciless Wave, Robin Crow. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with aesthetics and articulation, and this pretty much takes a lot of the multiverse stuff we're used to, throws it out the window because he is in a bit of a pre-posed state. So with that being said, let's take a look-see here. Now, I am going to do a separate little segment on accessories, but he does come with this chain. This chain is, I think, real metal. I don't know. It's either real metal or just really nice plastic. And the thing is it's a pain in the butt to get on there. So I'm not taking it off. And if you got a problem with that, too freaking bad. So that is a face only mother can love. I'm not sure whose face this is, because there's 3 variants of this guy. This is, I think, the most psychotic looking one, I think. And then there's a little bit more of a closed mouth. Maybe this isn't the most psychotic looking one. Maybe this is the in-between end, but the one that's the most drastic is the one with the closed mouth, which I think is supposed to be Billy Batson, but don't quote me on that. But as far as the head goes, you can snap his neck and kill him. I mean, I don't know if that'll work in this case, but you can do it. And then it does get a lot of attitude and up and down. It's got a lot of range, to say the very least. The chain will get caught on stuff as you're trying to move things around, but that's to be expected. Shoulders go out to the side more than 90, even with his little rubber sleeves there. So that's cool. You can put him back down, rotate him forward and back. It's got a bicep swivel at the sleeve, which is mostly hidden. It gets a little close quartered here, but it doesn't look like he's broken his arm. Elbows are crap. You don't get a lot out of those. I wish you could get more than 90 out of those. That you can't fully straighten them out, but that's not that big of a deal to me. The pre-posedness of the arms. It's more so the pre-posedness of the legs, but yeah, you can get just shy of 90 out of these. I think even less over here. I think this side's way less. So yeah, you only get like a couple clicks out of this side that, or it's just really stuck on mine because it doesn't want to go any further than that. But yeah, not great. And then the hands are on the hinge swivel joints. So he's got one at the top, one at the bottom. And you can pretty much only bend the hands in or up and down. You can't bend them out hardly at all, if any. Now the torso, here's where things get crazy. He's got ridiculous crunch. Like here you go. For a multiverse, that is insane. Pinches the hell out of this rubber shirt of his, but man, you get a lot of crunch out of that. And you can bend it back a little bit too, but it's pretty stiff. I did heat mine up prior to this review so I could actually get that thing to cooperate. But yeah, it does pinch the heck out of the rubber overlay. But on top of that, you do get side-to-side tilt, which is fun. But you do not get any rotation, at least as far as I can tell. Maybe it's just frozen, but you can't get any kind of rotation out of that. Which is a shame, because it would have been nice to kind of rotate his body along with all the crunches, because it's like, it shouldn't take a lot to turn that, and it's not budging. So rather than break the damn thing, I'm going to leave it be. His torso is, for the most part, centered. It might be off a click or something, but again, it's clearly not moving on mine, so I'm not going to force it. And that's that. As far as the legs go, you can't do anything with them, because the diaper prevents them from really moving hardly at all. You can move them forward a little bit, you can move them back a little bit, but unlike the Devastator, there's not giant cuts down here that allow you to splay the legs out any further than this. And then you can't really do much with them. You can't get a decent die cut out of them, though, ironically, but you can't do a ton with the legs, and that's, I think, the biggest defender of this figure, as opposed to not having really any rotation in the torso, is you can't move the freaking legs, man. It's stuck that way. So I would have maybe preferred the shorts just be part of the leg, as opposed to being this soft rubber piece, because yeah, it looks clean, but it's very not allowing this to move, so it's very restricted. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Tee. The knees do bend. Pretty stiff again. Can't kick his zombie ass. I think he's a zombie. What? These are like possessed Robins or Joker-fied Robins or something. I've seen zombie. I've seen infected. I've seen all kinds of things. And then the feet do hinge forward and back. They do have a bit of a tilt to them, as much as his little booties will allow. His little shoes, his little Robin shoes. And then he's got rotation at the top and a toe joint, which is effective but doesn't really serve too much of a purpose. I would have rather they taken the toe hinge out and given better hip movement. I think maybe had he had ratcheted hips, you would actually be able to do something with that. And a side note, T-Biz, shout out to T-Biz, pointed out to me that during the death metal story arc, these guys are referred to as groblins, and all they say is crow, crow, crow. So probably why they call them Robin Crows or whatever. And then looking at the back, he's got his shredded cape. I think it would have been nice if they punched some of these holes out, but it's not too bad. Then on the back, it's nothing. Just his back. And all the paint is pretty clean on the suit, so that's nice. But yeah, not too shabby, but not great. I mean, not being able to do anything really with the legs is the biggest offender with this figure, because people want to pose these, standing with their Batman Who Laughs and whatnot. And it's a shame that you can't really pose him other than a bit of a crouch, and what you can achieve with the legs. Anyways, it's very minimal, I'll say that. But with that being said, time to move on to the accessories. Moving on to the accessories, and like Articulation, there ain't much, but before we get on to that, I did mention during the aesthetics part of the review, he does come with this chain, which is literally lodged in his neck. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I don't really mind it too much, but ow. And also, this was a pain in the neck, no pun intended. Okay, maybe a little bit to put on there. So I just left it on there. It is a decent sized chain, and I believe it's made of real metal. And you can give that to your Batman Who Laughs if you want. But other than that, he does come with the black display stand, which you may actually want to use for this guy, because he is a little bit pre-posed and can't stand up straight and a little tricky to balance. So that'll be a little more useful than some. And then he also comes with a collectible trading card, which I'm never going to get tired of saying it that way. Bite me. And even though I've changed my videos since Christmas time, I'm still going to do it that way. So, yeah. I'm going to try and have as much fun with this as I possibly can. But it's Robin Earth Negative 22, although I do believe it's more than just Robins. I think Again, one of them is supposed to be Billy Batson, but you get a picture of a few of these freaky looking bastards. Then on the back, you get a bio which you can read, but long story short, Batman Who Laughs infects a bunch of, I must say, children, because again, I think one of them's supposed to be Billy Batson. So, yeah, that's it. Nothing else. He doesn't really need anything else. I guess maybe could have just come with the alternate heads instead of making them variants, but he does come with the torso too, the Merciless Collect and Connect figures, so I guess there is that. But with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here's the Robin Crow next to the Batmen Who Laugh. On the left, we got the standard release, and on the right, we got the Sky Tyrant, also from the Merciless wave. Up next, here he is next to a couple other members of the Bat family. We got Batgirl on the left, and Nightwing on the right, who's also supposed to be getting an infected variant very, very soon. And last, but certainly not least, got our two regulars. Got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus on the left, and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn on the right. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while I do like this figure, I have to say it's not the best the Multiverse has to offer because of the hindrances in the articulation, particularly in the legs, and at least mine, the waist, it does not appear to move, and neither does the upper body. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, or if that's just some weird crapshoot Overlord luck for you, but take that with a grain of salt. But on top of that, I just don't have too much of a connection with this character. It's a cool design, but I've seen a lot better from this line, and while I do still really like this figure, it's just not my favorite. But if you are interested in completing your Dark Knights Metal roster, this is kind of an essential character. You're going to want to check it out. Definitely to at least put with your Batman Who Laughs, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing with this guy. Not sure if I'll collect all three variants. That is tempting, but these are kind of hard to find right now, and they are $25. So with that in mind, it's going to cost you about $75 to get all three different versions, plus tax, of course. So if you're into it, definitely pick it up, or if you want to build the Merciless, I would definitely say pick this thing up. It's still cool, but it's not the best, and it's not my favorite. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this guy. Are you going to army build this figure? Are you going to collect all three versions? Do you like this figure? What do you think of this figure? Again, I think it does some things pretty well, but it's just not my favorite. So, with that being said, also, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And before I go, I forgot to mention on my top 10 video that there was no Star Wars, because quite frankly, the Black Series has been kind of a pain in the butt to find. I don't know what the deal is, but ever since the Count Dooku wave, they just seem to be exceedingly harder to find. But if you remember my creature video the other day, remember I did actually manage to score a Revenant Stormtrooper from, I believe, The Mandalorian. So, yeah, really awesome figure, but again, I'm just kind of burnt out on dealing with Star Wars. Not necessarily the figures, because I'm pretty satisfied with most of the ones I get, but, oh man, it's just so hard to track them down nowadays. But also, speaking of which, the Overlord's Action Figure Hall of Fame playlist is now live. You can go check it out on the channel. It currently has Spawn, Azrael, and Venompool in there, the first three videos. I'll be adding to that as the years go on. That'll only be added to at the end of each year. So, yeah, it's going to take a while to build up a decent playlist, but it's there if you wanted to, quote-unquote, check it out now. So, that being said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.